For everybody.
3-minute video that we'd like to share with the group.
Perfect.
All right,
Okay.
James, the floor is
So
yours.
James, life story, 2-minute life stories, just how did you get to where we are today? And then some of the projects that you worked on, some of the lessons learned from working with entrepreneurs in the city.
Okay. So I really am going to be as brief as possible because the core of what I try to do is support folks like John in any way I can in areas like this. So it's great that you're here and you get to hear from him. So long story short, my name is James Fegan. I run a company called Projects and People. We're a strategic firm that I'll give you one sentence of gobbledygook and then we'll get into the real stuff. So we help build platforms for social mobility and help mission-driven organizations invest in neighborhoods. That's all the gobbledygook is done now. So now we're going to talk about stuff. So I've helped my clients build programs over the last 5 years that really leverage not only their capital, but also all their assets as a company to create change in neighborhoods. So the DGC, Detroit Economic Growth Corporation, was one of my clients. I helped them and a group called the New Economy Initiative build a program called Any Ideas. A lot of the things that you're seeing in Detroit today, the energy you're hearing, it didn't start with any ideas, it didn't start with any one thing, but there was a shift that happened kind of going into and post-bankruptcy where, coming out of the Super Bowl and some of the first wave of investment happened, there was this talk, even though there was the bankruptcy conversation happening, there was talk about excitement about the city and entrepreneurs and some of the investment that was starting to happen, but it wasn't touching down the neighborhoods and it wasn't touching, it was really focused on tech and high growth and a lot of other stuff that really didn't resonate with the work that was going on out here. So, John and Alicia were out here, friends who worked with foundations or worked for the mayor's office, worked for different corporations, completely disconnected conversation. And these were the folks making the policy decisions. These were the folks investing the millions of dollars, but it wasn't connected. So Any Ideas was a program that sought to build some of those connections. It was a $500,000 grant challenge aimed at celebrating neighborhood businesses, and instead of the foundations funding nonprofits to do business planning courses and technical assistance, it's like, why don't we give a grant directly to the small business? Unheard of at the time in Detroit, and actually the Community Foundation spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on legal opinions just to solidify the fact that they could actually do it. But the impetus behind it was, if the auto industry is not going to come back and create 1,000 jobs in a time again, so what's next for job creation and wealth building in neighborhoods? It's entrepreneurship. If businesses are going to create jobs, they got to be able to stabilize, they got to be able to grow. So if we're going to do that, in addition to all the TA services, we should fund small businesses directly, and then we should also help them connect to the ecosystem, identify gaps in the ecosystem, and improve network behaviors. So a lot of my work for the past 5 years has been based on those 4 principles. So first year, they say, okay, we got to go out and tell small businesses about Any Ideas. James, go figure out how to do that. So we built a network of 25, and it's now 30 ambassador organizations. Because as much respect as I may have had in any community, every community has its own information source. And so I knew it was less about me coming to every meeting, even though I went to every meeting. It was less about me going to every business, even though I went into every business, and more about me getting the right 30 people to believe in this program and lend their credibility to it. Because, John and I can have a conversation, and John's like, all right, James, you sound cool. And then James will go talk to Pastor Larry Simmons, or whoever John talks to. Or actually, John was a trusted figure. So if I can get John to believe in what we're doing and vouch for it, then they might try it, and then when other folks said, hey, is this thing real? They might say it was real. So we did that okay enough. In the first year, when there was concern, will we get enough businesses to apply? How many small businesses are there? We got 600 applications. So out of those 600, we had 30 folks that won, and then the question became, what do you do with the other 570? So the goal was connect them to the ecosystem. And then we also now have, for the first time, this working set of data around 600 businesses that have raised their hands and said, I want to grow my business, and here's how I do it. And then we're able to say, okay, You applied for $10,000 to do this thing. You didn't win $10,000, but here's some other ecosystem resources that can connect you to that goal that you have to grow your business. And if it's something we didn't have in the ecosystem, we now had a gap that we could identify. So you start to be able to fill in gaps around things like, first of all, just capital mapping. How much money is available for small businesses to grow? A bank's not going to do a $25,000 loan to a small business. It costs $25,000 in paperwork to do it. You know, the CDFI community that was doing, whether it was large-scale lines of credit at the $250,000 level, or small-scale development for a business that said, I want to go out of my home into a storefront, or I want to go from an 800 square foot space to a 3,000 square foot space. There wasn't adequate capital and technical assistance for that. So then the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation asked me to help build Motor City Match, where the mayor took money that was going to slot it for demolishing vacant commercial structures, which I'm sure you saw a few of on the way out here. But what you've also seen, you wouldn't know, is there are a lot of spaces that used to be vacant, but now because of Motor City Match, have been renovated and small businesses have gone into them. So that program said, okay, instead of taking all this money and tearing structures down, how about we identify spaces, connect the landlords to this, identify a tenant who wants to go in that space, and then not only have the cash to renovate the space, but how do you know how much you need unless you're an architect and you're a general contractor? So let's actually match you with an architect that will build out the space. Let's match you with the right location so you're not running around from space to space to space, you know, investing 6 months and however much in a space and then, you know, finding out the person you're dealing with doesn't really own the building. Or let's say you just came home from prison, or let's say you're someone who's looking to change workforce, you know, change from workforce entrepreneurship, and you just need help with the business plan, we can connect you to the business plan. So the idea was, from idea to open, wherever you were in that process, if you were a Detroiter with the goal of opening a small business, that we would build this program to help you wherever you were in the process. And in order for it to work, it had to be for Detroiters. So fast forward between those two programs and a few others, been able to help direct about $15 million in direct grant-funded investment to entrepreneurs in Detroit. About 70% of it has gone to actual Detroiters, another 70% people of color, over 50% women, and those are the results that I really get excited about. And so then now a lot of my work has evolved into other partners saying, okay, if any ideas is here, you know, helping existing businesses, and Motor City Match is helping folks build vacant space, where can we come in? So then I work with a group like Rock Ventures, help them revamp their community investment strategy. They come up with Detroit Demo Day, which was $1 million in capital for businesses to grow and scale. So you visited Good Cakes and Bakes. April was a winner, I think she was what, 250,000? Did she talk about it?
Yeah.
So that's another example of, you know, a company that had a different level of expertise, a different lens, and we were able to help them figure out how they could best fit in the ecosystem. So now a company like April's, that doesn't really need $10,000, already has a space, but needs money to actually, okay, what's my commercial equipment look like? How do I actually scale this business from I like to bake cakes to I'm going full-blown commercial? And so as you go on and go on and go on, you get different partners figuring out what slice of that pie they can really take on. And that's really the work that Project and People has helped do over the past couple of years. And the other part of it, as I really wrap up my relationship with the mayor's office in BGC is, so John's been out here for years, and Sweet Potato Sensation's been out here for years. Before this area was on anyone's map outside of the folks that were living, working, doing business here. Now that it's quote unquote on the map, first and foremost, how do we make sure that they're sustained? And then secondly, as growth comes into the area, how do we help use these tools to promote this corridor properly and to fill the vacant space thoughtfully and to help the businesses that are here thrive as the cavalry comes and not get shot through friendly fire. You know, I try to direct that as much as I can in my consulting role. I'm looking forward to future projects where I can have more of an active role in that. And then that's where folks like the Department of Neighborhoods come in, and I actually call this my transition and hand it over because they can talk about some of the things that they do. The mayor's office got actively involved in day-to-day having a direct lens on supporting small businesses, understanding neighborhood issues, and building and maintaining some of those relationships in the long run. All right, that's it.
say one.
One.
We're number one, right?
One.
Because we have folks like John George and Alicia George who fight Blight and have been fighting it for 30 years. And so part of what we do, my main job as a district manager is to fight Blight, right? So we go into the, so they say it's a new position, but it actually has been around technically since Coleman and Young, where it was the Department of City Hall. And now we're the Department of Neighborhoods, where we're strictly, there are 14 of us, 2 in each district, a district manager and a deputy manager. And basically our job is to make sure that our residents and volunteers are engaged in all kinds of activities as far as like English night or tax foreclosure. We even knock on doors when there are issues, right? We do small cleanups to very big cleanups. Motor City Makeover, where we have 20,000 people engaged in just our district, to, like I said, a small lot cleanup where we may have like 15 people. And so our job is to be the liaison for the mayor's office when our residents have complaints, concerns. And really, it's a good time to be a part of what's going on in Detroit, because right now the neighborhoods are, we're getting stronger, right? And people are actually starting to take a look at us. They're starting to look like James said, the cavalry's coming. But there are a lot of people who have been here for a long time that have been working to see this day where people are actually investing in our neighborhood. And so we are excited about those changes. Our residents, we're seeing the housing values go up. We're seeing businesses kind of inquire or buy buildings. I mean, we're seeing a lot of great stuff. And so as the district manager, like I said, my job is just to be a liaison, to work with people like James Fegan, who's been on my stomach grind. I've been teasing him all morning. That he's been all over District 1. But he does a great job. He has a great reputation as far as helping businesses just figure out what they want to do and find resources. But so our job is to work with businesses, residents, volunteers, organizations, but my main job is to fight Blight. That's why I love what they do here at Detroit Blight Busters, because they fight Blight all the time. They kind of come aside the city. Like sometimes we come aside them, right? Because they're doing so much, right? And we just jump on the bandwagon, and sometimes they come aside us when we have something going on. So it's a very good partnership. That's all I really have to say today. I'm excited to be here, that you're in the neighborhood, actually seeing an active neighborhood that's like, I don't even want to say coming back, but that's growing stronger, that's strengthening, right, and rebuilding. And like I said, thank you for having me, and I'll turn this back over to you.
You guys are gonna have to bear with me. First off, I want to welcome everyone this morning. My name is John George. I'm the executive director and co-founder of Blight Busters. This is our 30th year of bringing people to this neighborhood. Our goal is simple. Our goal is to save the world, starting with Detroit. Once we get Detroit back on track, we can move somewhere else. But we got a lot of work right here in the city. I was actually born in Brightwood 60 years ago, and as a young child moved over to the Grandmont, Rosedale area. We call that the Swanky neighborhood, where I grew up with my mom and dad, brothers and sisters, had a wonderful childhood. And then 35 years ago, I moved to this neighborhood and bought a 2-family flat 5 blocks north of here. But when my son was 2 and my wife was pregnant with our daughter, there was an abandoned house behind our house that turned into a crack house. And we didn't want to move, but at the same time, we didn't want our children growing up in and around that negative energy. That's a form of child abuse. So we got together with a couple fellows on the weekend, Albert B. Mack and Felix B. Wright III, and the 3 of us spent 8 hours boarding up and securing and beautifying an abandoned home. That evening, when the drug dealers came back, they couldn't get in, they got in the Jeep, and they left. And we looked at each other and we said, well, that was pretty simple. I said, guys, what are you doing next Saturday? And we've been meeting every Saturday for the last 30 years. Of course, we've expanded into a full-time effort. We work 6 days a week. We work with over 9,000 volunteers annually. I'd like my Blight Busters and Artist Village and Java House crew to stand up, please, and our vets from Veterans Village, Mr. Lisa. These are guys day in and day out to carry out the mission. Not only do we demolish and renovate property and board up property, we also create business owners and homeowners. In the last 30 years, we've worked on over 1,500 properties. And again, our goal is simple, is to bring the neighborhoods together. It's an effort to stabilize and revitalize this community. It's an effort to create homeowners, business owners, opportunity and home. 15 years ago, my wife, Miss Alicia, wanted a neighborhood coffee shop. And at the same time, we met a fellow named Chaz. Chaz is a mural artist. Chaz said he wanted to teach kids to paint murals. And I thought, wow, we need to support that kind of energy. So over the last 15 years, working with our vets, our volunteers, our crew leaders, we've been able to build out the Artist Village. And it really has become the community center for this community. We have so many different projects and programs. Veterans Village is a program that Gordon and his vets run just 2 blocks from here, where vets from Team Rubicon and others fly into Detroit to help us with our disaster. And when there's a national disaster, they fly out to help other folks in Florida, New York, and other places. Farm City, just a block north of here, is where we tore down 2 blocks of abandoned properties and put in a farm. Everything that we grow there, we give away. So everything that we do has something to do with making the neighborhood just a little bit better. My buddy Danny Lawton from Lawton Productions put together just a short 3-minute video that we'd like to share with you. And then we're going to take questions and hopefully I can give some answers. Miss Alicia, did you have anything to add before we run the tape?
Sure. Just welcome to our world within the city. It's been an amazing 15 years. Every day that I come here is like my first day, literally. You never know who I'm going to meet, who's going to come in, who's going to be inspired by the work that we do. And just seeing generations of people that has helped Lightbusters for 30 years. And I am proud of you so much. Just your commitment and the team and just everybody. It's good to see the people that were here in the 80s come back and say, John, you know, I'm in construction, or I got a family, or I'm doing this. And so anytime you're here in the city of Detroit, come visit us in the heart of Old Radford. Thank you.
Thank you. Tonight is our annual Angels Night Dinner and Patrol. In the 80s, 1984, in those 3 days, there were over 810 fires across the city. There were film crews flying in from around the world to watch ourselves, burn ourselves down. Mayor Young started a patrol. It had a name I didn't like, so we changed it. We call it Angels Night. So just imagine the opposite of an angel. I'm not even going to say it. We believe here at Lightbusters, if you tell a child for 15 years it's Angels Night, she might do something positive. Positive energy has a way of growing and expanding. Since we created Angels Night, Mayor Archer took it citywide in 95, 96. And tonight, we will not only be patrolling and protecting. Matter of fact, you guys are all invited.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have anything to do at 6 p.m. Come on back. We've got a DJ, we've got a live band, we've got a marching band. We're going to have a party. So we're going to have our dinner, our patrol, and we're also going to be celebrating Lightbusters' 30th year of this work. All right, here we go. We're going to kill lights, man. It's all you.